Hello, thank you for joining. My name is Keish Mitchell, and I help people lose belly fat, gain energy, and manage body pain. Thank you for joining. I want to share with you 10 ways to gain balance in your life, or harmony, or whatever you want to call it, and then some resources. First way to have a balanced life is to organize your home and office. And I found that, people like to downsize, and there's just this whole tiny homes movement. So I found a book, okay, and it's by Marie Kondo, and it sparked joy, an illustrated masterclass on the art of organizing and tidying up. And so in this book, she teaches you how to organize by category, because a few times, I've been taught how to organize by room or by space. So organize the kitchen first, or organize the bathroom first, or whatever. And so she teaches you how to organize things by category, and I believe she starts with clothes. And the idea is to hold on, or to keep things that spark joy, hence the title of the book. You want to take the shirt or your actual clothing, you start with shirts, and hold them to your body and see if they spark joy. And if they don't, then you want to toss them away. So it's a great way to eliminate those things that don't bring you joy and happiness that are in your space, and to clear your space out and clear out memories too. So that is a big, it's something that can take some time, of course, and also something that will take a bit of a strength away. So it's an emotional journey that you will have to go on. I know I did. It took me days to go through, a pile of clothing. So that is a book I would recommend. The other thing I would recommend, if you want to organize your office, you can use a book that's called Getting Things Done by David Kelly. And it's Getting Things Done, the Art of Stress-Free Productivity. And in this book, he teaches you about how to create file systems. And I don't know if you've done this before, but sometimes we would create files by category. He suggests that you create files by the name. So if you have a file for your bank account, well, you create a file with that Bank of America or whatever on that account. And he also teaches you how to do a ticker system, and that will help you to organize your days. So you have a file for every day of the month, and you will have a file folder for every month. And you will keep yourself organized in that way by going through each day. You pick that file. If you didn't get to it, you put it in the next file. So I believe in this book, he also teaches you about having a 4-hour block in your day to get things done. Getting things done. Well, I believe in that book, he talks about creating to-do lists. And when he says to create a to-do list, to make it make sense, actually action items, to put action items on your to-do list. So if you want to do something like create a website, well, that's not what you are actually doing, right? That's not an action. That's more like the end result is that I created a website. What your action would be is to brainstorm ideas. So you might write that down on your to-do list. Brainstorm ideas. Or to research hashtags, or to purchase a domain. So you want to write down action steps. And then there's another book that I would recommend. It's called The One Thing: The Surprising Truth Behind Extraordinary Results. And this book was written by David Keller and Jay Papasan. Now, David Keller, if you know, he is the founder of Keller Williams Real Estate, and it was one of the agents or agent trainers that actually gifted me this book. So books they make a great gift, and I really grew with this book. And I want to share with you the main idea is where he says David Keller says, he asks you to ask yourself this question when you need to move on to the next task. You want to ask yourself, what is the one thing you can do such that by doing it, everything else will be easier or unnecessary? And that's truly powerful, and a great way to get the important things done first, get them out the way, and really manage your time a lot better. The third thing you want to do to balance your life is to prepare home-cooked meals. And so if you're not used to preparing home-cooked meals, you might start with just doing things one day a week. So that, of course, takes planning. You have to plan, your groceries, research recipes maybe. I like to cook simply. 3, 4, 5 ingredients, get them on the plate and and eat, and use your seasoning and herbs and spices to bring in that seasoning. You want to practice though with cooking, and so when you practice, it becomes easier. You can also try things to save time in the kitchen, like using a crock pot, using your oven, cooking more things together, right? Like I said, you want to take a whole day and cook. You may want to cook up about 5 or 6, 7 meals, or two whole chickens. Roast 2 chickens at the same time in the oven. Save time, energy, money, and things like that. Also, you can try quick meals like salads, steaks, salmon too, burgers too. Don't take that long, and they can be a great way to start making more meals at home and not use a lot of time. Also, I have a link in my bio on my link tree about the 5 steps to mealtime success, which is a free PDF with recipes and systems on there on how to make simple things and create a system. That way you save time and money and in the kitchen. The fourth thing you want to do to bring balance back into your life is to engage in a spiritual practice. And a spiritual practice can be anything from meditation to contemplation, yoga, tai chi, eating right and exercising, making it a point to treat people with honor and respect. That can be a form of meditation too. And walking in nature, walking outside, artistry, and also contemplative reading. And so I have another recommendation for you for another book if you want to get into some good contemplative reading. Is a book that is called Women Who Run with the Wolves. And this book is by Clarissa Pinkola Estes, PhD. Again, Women Who Run with the Wolves, Myths and Stories of the Wild Woman Archetype. And stories and have been passed down for traditions as a part of telling a lesson, to spread awareness, and to encourage intuition and things like that, or creativity and things. So lots of great stories in this book on women and our growth, and every 7 years there's a new path that we take in life. And so I'm on my 7th year, which is very exciting, and lots of changes have occurred. And so even with this book, reading this book is very spiritual, very emotional, because it seems like everything I read about the book, then those things started to happen in my life and gave me a better understanding of being a woman and going through these things that we go through as women, and that we use to develop and create and encourage and support other people, and to move mountains, okay? Move some mountains. The 5th thing you want to do as a way to gain balance in your life is to journal daily. And what I recommend is a book by Julia Cameron. It's a book called The Artist's Way, a spiritual path to higher creativity. And what's important about this is that we want to use writing, which is a powerful tool, a powerful way to create space between our thoughts and our actions and to spark creativity. And so what Julia Cameron recommends are morning pages. And that's based on the idea that first thing in the morning, we are barely awake and we have access to our unconscious mind and our inner workings. And the idea is to write when you first get out the bed. As soon as you open your eyes, so you want to have your journal there and your pen, and you want to write uncensored. Nothing is too petty, too small, too ridiculous, too silly, too bad. You want to get out your repressed thoughts, get them out in order to live the life you deserve. And what she says is that writing morning pages helps you to realize that you are not your mind and you are not your thoughts. What you are is a spiritual being in the material world. Again, you are a spiritual being in the material world, moving through life, the life that which you deserve and that you have truly come here to live. So one thing about morning pages, I've been doing morning pages for over 2 years now, I believe. And what Julia Cameron teaches you is to go back and to read those things that you wrote down. You want to go back and reread what you wrote in your morning pages, and that will help guide you. And it's true. You can go back and highlight where you have been instructed by your subconscious mind and your inner thoughts to do things and to do actions. And it truly helps you in growth if you make it a practice. Now, tip number 6 is to practice self-care. And we already talked about cooking, which some people don't believe that is self-care, but it's actually one of the most important things that you can do for yourself is to feed yourself nutritious foods, and that comes from the kitchen. It doesn't come from a package, but most of the processed packaged foods, it doesn't come from that. Nutritious foods, healthy foods come from eating home-cooked meals. So practicing self-care, cooking at home is one thing. We talked about journaling. There are also things you can do like hot towel scrubs that I teach my clients. You can do a hot water bottle on your tummy at night or when you're having some digestive issues or you just want to feel warmth. You can also exercise, and exercise can be anything simple as a walk. To practice self-care, you can also do quiet time and have a good work-home balance. The 7th thing you want to do is to build nurturing relationships. We talked about self-care. Believe that the best relationships that you should nourish should be with yourself. And that means, having a healthy state of mind. And it's important. It makes it easier when you have a healthy state of mind to have relationships with other people too, better relationships or nurturing relationships. So you want to nurture yourself, your mind, your spirit, your body, and that involves eating a healthy, individualized diet and having a positive mindset, right, and having positive spirituality and things like that. And in order to overcome conflict, you will want to be the one to provide solutions, have conversations based on solutions, and agreeing to disagree. And also a big one is forgiveness, and that's forgiveness of yourself and forgiveness of others. So you also want to be on good terms with people as much as you can. I would recommend a website called the 5lovelanguages.com. And there is also a book, The 5 Love Languages by Gary Chapman. And on the website, he has quizzes that you can take, and the book that you can buy, the quizzes you can use to discover what is your primary and secondary love language. And your love language are ways that you express and experience love. So you could have words of affirmation could be one love language, quality of time, two, receiving gifts, a third, acts of service can be another love language, and physical touch can be the last love language that Gary Chapman breaks down. So number 8 would be to find a way to balance is to exercise 5 days a week. And as I mentioned briefly a moment ago, diets are individualized. Exercise is also individualized. So running on the treadmill, doing aerobic exercises, classes in Zumba, things like that are not necessarily for everyone. Even group exercises aren't for everyone. You'll want to find an exercise routine or any type of exercises that you want to enjoy them. You don't want them to totally exhaust you and wear you down and wear you out. The inappropriate types of exercises can be detrimental to your health and anything that you're trying to really do. So you want to find exercises that are ideal for you, like yoga, walking, very simple and good enough for some people. Also, yoga, tai chi, and things like that. And there's lots of DVDs and yoga DVDs out there. I did Tai Chi. I practiced Tai Chi every day for a good 2 years or so. And I just use a DVD that I can pop right into my DVD player and not have to leave the house. That way I was able to be consistent with my exercises. So the number 10, the 10th way that you can find more balance in your life is to choose a career that you enjoy. Now, you may want to take time and write down your strengths and your weaknesses and find out how this can translate into an inspiring and well-paid career, hopefully. And you want to seek out other professionals, join organizations, meetups, and attend social events, to get inspired and get encouraged and be around people who have similar goals and ideas and things like that. One book that I would recommend, I haven't read the latest version in a while, but it's a great classic, is What Color Is Your Parachute by Richard N. Bowles. And I'm sure there are lots of other better recommendations out there than that. That's the thing, though. There are lots of books on career and exploration and things like that. So you can pick some, go through a few, and work them out. On to the 10th way to have a more balanced life is to laugh often. And, even a fake laugh can generate feelings. Like, who cares? You want to do these things for yourself, right? And for those around you. When you laugh often, you raise your mood and things like that. And so these are laughing. Even a fake laugh, like I said, can generate positive feelings. And generating feelings is one of those things that I taught in a workshop. I spoke about healthy eating tools and, using those tools that you can use to avoid eating foods that aren't good for you, or binging, or things like that. When you want to provide yourself with some healthy eating tools and, laugh often. Even a fake laugh. Try it. You do that for a few seconds or so, a minute, right? And already already I feel better. I waited for this moment, even though I was feeling good enough to go live, right? I waited for this moment to do laughing with you, even fake laugh, right? It'll eventually turn into a real laugh because you will be able to generate these feelings for yourself. And that's the thing. You can generate your feelings. You don't have to be stuck into feeling sad or depressed or anything. Just fake laugh. Just fake laugh for 1-2 minutes. I don't care who's around watching you. The most important person is yourself and your well-being. Okay? So, again, the 10 ways to balance life. We talked about organizing your home and office is number 1. Number 2, managing your time wisely. Number 3, preparing home-cooked meals. Number 4, engaging in a spiritual practice. Number 5, journaling daily. Number 6, practice self-care. 7, building nurturing relationships. Number 8 is exercising 5 days a week. Number 9, choose a career you enjoy. And number 10, laugh often. So thank you everyone for joining. I hope these tips and resources have been helpful for you. Talk soon.